Hi everybody. Today's the 20th of February and here are my dahlias. So they sprouted and these are the ones that I seeded on the 8th of February. They were on heat mats, they were under my lights. So today what I'm going to do is I am going to pot them in. So I have a 72 cell plug flat. And it's really a sturdy thing. This is what I grew lettuce in last year. So I hosed it out and I scrubbed them, and so it's clean. So I have more that I had ordered for my lettuce, and those are in the house. I have to go grab them when I go ahead and do my lettuce. So this is how I pot up my dahlias from seed. Oh, I am so excited. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use my same old potting mix that I get from the feed store. And I love, let me kind of clean this mess up here a little bit because I kind of left it a mess when I was seeding the other day. It is actually 44 in here, so it's a heck of a lot warmer than it was when I was seeding 10 days ago, or 12 days ago actually. I was seeding 12 days ago. So I am going to add a little bit more grit to this potting mix for the dahlias. And I'm going to add the number 2 grit. Now this potting mix does have perlite in it, and it has regular grit in it. That's one of the reasons why I like it, because it's just not perlite, and it's just it's a nice consistency for all my starting. I start all my seeds in this, unless I have starting mix when I get it on clearance, but I actually prefer this more than the starting mix. Okay, I think I need a little bit more grit. And the grit that I'm using is, the only place that I can find it is at the feed store. And it's from a maker's like Cherry Stone grit. And this is number 2 grit. I have number 1 grit, 2 grit, and number 3 grit. And it's for chickens. So I am just going to fill this seed tray up. So now what I'm going to do, since they're all different, surprise! I have my trusty stainless steel chopstick, and I did not water these last night. I watered them the night before, sprayed them. But I haven't watered them, so I'm going to take my gloves off, it's easier. I haven't watered them, so they'll come out here a lot easier. So dahlias, I'm going to put that one right there. And I'm going to poke, I don't know if you can see. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to make little holes in the middle of each one of these squares. Let me see if I can lay my camera here and reach over. And very carefully, look at, let's see if I can get it over here. I'm holding by the leaves. Look at the roots on that. That's only 12 days of growth on last year's seed. And I'm just going to make the hole very carefully, stick the root in, and then just take my finger and tap it down just a little bit to firm it in. Just like that. Might need a little bit more soil around it. There we go. And that one's done. So, and I'm just kind of, I'll try to move my hand. I'm just taking and taking my chopstick, going all the way to the bottom, and then just kind of fluffing. And because the soil has a lot of grit and perlite in it, it's breaking loose really easy. So I'm trying not to damage any of the flowers. So I'm holding it by the top of the leaves, and then I have the root. I think pricking out seeds and potting them on is probably the most relaxing thing in the garden that I do. You can just get really stuck in on on this just very easily. And you just start in your own little world. Now, so when you're pulling out your seedlings, you always want to check to make sure that you have no mold, any kind of mildew or damage that, you know, just doesn't look right. It's just better, you haven't wasted anything, it's just better to just take care of it now and just put in a healthy plant versus infecting your whole crop of them.